Hello everybody, I'm here with today's video. Today we're going to be looking into the severe weather threat, and we're going to be timing it out for you and looking at like the storms with two different models, the HRR model and the NAM through KM model. And we're going to be looking at the the storm predictions forecasts for the next 3 days and for day 4 because they have a 15% risk, but we'll get into that in a second. But right now, this is we have 3 areas of slight for today. We have one here in Wisconsin, part of Lake Michigan right there, and then parts of northern Illinois, northeastern Iowa. Have a slight risk. And we have another slight risk in Texas, where there could be some storm development, maybe even some supercells. But the big story looks to be in the east by Alabama, Georgia, all the way up to Pennsylvania, and all the way up to Lake Erie, I think. Yeah, that's Lake Erie. They have a large area of slight. They may issue an enhanced risk in this area, but I do not think that. I think that I probably say there's a 35% chance of them issuing an enhanced risk for today. But you can see we have a 2% areas of tornadoes. One here in Ohio, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Tennessee, and so let's update up here in Tennessee, Kentucky. And we have another one out here in Texas. We have those 2% areas. Then with the wind forecast right here, we have, of course, damaging wind threat here in Wisconsin, Illinois, and Iowa. Then we have one here in Texas. And really the reason they issued a slight risk out here is the 15% wind threat from Georgia to Pennsylvania and Lake Erie. Then hail threat, 15% here in Wisconsin, and 15% down here in Texas. Then we have a large 5% risk that goes from all the way up here in parts of the northern part of Michigan, all the way down to Georgia, southern and central Georgia, and southern and central Alabama. That's that we have a 5% chance for hail. If we switch over to the day 2 outlook, we just have one area of slight, and that is for parts of Iowa, southeastern Nebraska, northeastern Kansas, northern Missouri, and parts of central western Illinois. You have a slight risk. And then we also have a marginal risk. It goes from parts of New Mexico and Texas, also some parts of extreme northwestern Louisiana, all the way up through central Illinois, down through central Iowa. And I don't think we have we do not have a hatched risk for significant severe weather for tomorrow. But for day 3, which is Wednesday, we only have a marginal risk. If they do issue a slight risk, it would likely be in these areas, and especially in probably this area of marginal right here, these spots. But we have a marginal threat going all the way from Montana down through the Texas Panhandle and over to Iowa and Minnesota. That goes up back to Montana. And then again, we did not have a hatched risk because there's only a 5% risk for severe storms. But for day 4, which is pretty far out, they have confidence that because 15% is a slight risk, and they already have confidence that there's going to be a slight risk. Over here in Montana and parts of northeast or northwestern North Dakota, they're confident there's going to be a slight risk already, which is that could be a severe weather outbreak. Maybe this is still pretty far out right here. It's day 4. This is for Thursday, and so this could actually maybe be an enhanced or a moderate risk. We'll also have to see how the models go. But that is the only day 4 to 8 outlook they have. But now let's take a look at the HRR model on here. We're going to be using the 13Z1, which is not complete yet, but we can look at it. So this line down here in Georgia is going to kind of die, or Alabama is going to die out, but then it'll refire up as we get more daytime heating in Georgia, which could make some more severe storms. But we also have these we have this line of storms of a cold front right here that could really make some severe weather. You see like some of these, maybe some individual little cellular storms, isolated storms that could be supercells out in parts of Ohio. Unlikely supercells. There probably won't be much supercells out in Ohio today. But you can see a lot of heavy rain could be going through parts of Ohio. And Columbus could be getting hit. to what about this afternoon, you see the cold front coming down to Georgia, and then as we go through to about 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time out here in Georgia, you see them start to refire up in the Appalachians and all the way up here. But you can see the storms. The storms you could have in Wisconsin, northern Illinois today. But now I'm going to switch this over to the southern Great Plains because we cannot get this all in one sector. But yes, as we go through the afternoon, you can see these storms start to fire up by Austin and San Antonio, to the north of San Antonio, and you can see this complex right there, and that'll likely move on throughout the night. This is 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time now. You can see still going good. So they are going good out here in Texas right now. Maybe some individual supercells like this one I'm circling. See some cells like this. Those are pretty isolated, so those could be supercells. They probably have a lot of instability because the sun's going to be out in Texas today. But now let's take a look at the NAM 3KM model. You can see this is the 12Z model. You can see we only have 23 forecast hours, but it kind of agrees with the storms that are going to refire up. But this kind of says that there will be a better chance for some severe storms here in Alabama right there this afternoon. But then it does say that they will reform here in parts of Georgia too. And you can see this is when it looks pretty good. You can see like a little Boeing segment there in Georgia and a lot of just cellular and some linear thunderstorms, which means line. But you can also see some scattered storms up here in Wisconsin, parts of Iowa that could be severe, and you can see these out here in Texas, and could possibly be severe. This model, the NAM, kind of puts these a little bit further to the west out here in Texas. You can see these just two little storms, but maybe some reed line development out here in Indiana and Illinois that could be possible today. But look at this in Georgia, all this possible severe weather. It could be a pretty large area of severe weather today. But that's going to wrap up this video. I hope everybody enjoyed it, and please, if you don't mind, please subscribe and leave a comment down below, and bye.